Hello, guten Tag, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In my last YouTube video, I showed you what it takes to be a first AC on set, what the job entails, so on and so forth. And I promised that in this video, I will show you my main first AC kit. I will go over some of the stuff that is being used in the industry and my recommendations and the equipment that I use when I'm being hired as a first AC or on my own productions for my first ACs. Without any further ado, let's start with the big things that are necessary to get the job done and then further progress to the little things that I bring on set that I don't necessarily have to, but make my life easier. The first thing you need on set when working as a first AC is a follow focus system. And the one that I've been using lately is the Tilta Nano 2. And this has just been released and I used it for the last couple of weeks and I love it so far. The set consists of a wireless focus wheel as well as of a motor. So let's start talking about the wheel first. I really like this. It's small, compact, and it has a NATO rail clamp on the side, so you can attach it to your cage directly or other accessories. I really like this focus wheel because it comes with this OLED touchscreen and it's so easy and intuitive to change settings, your motor settings, as well as just connect it to several motor units if you want to use several. So I've been really enjoying this. It's smooth, it's reliable, and it's really easy to work with. The new Nano 2 focus motor is not only small and lightweight, but it's also really strong. In fact, it's 5 times as strong as its predecessor. And this is strong enough to move even my heavier cine lenses, like my Tokina 11-20 or the Atlas Orions. When moving up the ladder to higher end productions, this is not what you typically find. You find the likes of ARRI Hi5 and Zoom units that have a lot more professional features. Transmitting metadata to your focus motor and you'll be able to map your lenses metadata onto your focus unit. But this is not what we need this for. If you just want to pull focus on set and you want a reliable, strong, but also really easy to work with system, for $300, this is an absolute steal. And like I said, I've been loving it and I've been using it on the last couple of shoots. One of my favorite pieces of equipment that I try to bring onto every set now is this Eddicam camera card. And this is the Eddicam Max Plus. Not only is this a great mobile workstation that I can use to rig out the camera and change filters, and whenever I have to work on this camera, I don't have to do it on the floor or on some random table, but it's also great for company moves. When we need to move all of our equipment from one location to the other, you have so many mounting points as well as just storage for all of your lights as well as your camera equipment. You have this dovetail quick release plate where I can put even the heaviest of cameras. I also have a way to mount my gimbal ring even with the camera attached, and there's more mounting points and little baby pins that I can even attach lights to it. So this has been an absolute bliss to work with, and again I try to bring this onto every set now. Now moving on to my video transmission feed. I've been using the DJI Transmission System and I really liked it, not only for pulling focus but also for my directors/client monitor setup. So here's how my setup works. I have the DJI transmission unit and I can attach it directly to my camera via the V-mount casing from Tilta. And it just basically works like a V-mount battery. You attach it to your camera or your V-mount battery plate, and then on the other side you attach an actual V-mount battery and it passes through the power. So you don't need to have any additional cables powering the unit. If I wanted to use this on a gimbal, I could also take this out of the housing and attach it to a DJI RS2 or RS3 directly. And then I could also control the gimbal via the high-bright monitor that also comes with this setup. Or you could just attach it to the ring or the gimbal in any other way. This video signal now goes out to my DJI 7-inch monitor, and I use this to pull focus with. And this has been really reliable. It's really low latency, so we had no problems of pulling focus on all of our sets, and it also has a really high range. What I really like about this setup is that I don't have to have any additional receivers mounted onto my monitor. So I have a standalone 7-inch monitor that directly connects to my transmitter that is hooked up to my camera. I also always bring an Avenger mini C-stand with me that I can mount my monitor on. The way that I do this is with a gobo head, and then I use a spigot that I can attach to the bottom of my 7-inch monitor. And it's really easy to not only attach it and detach it if I want to go handheld, but it's also pretty cool because with the gobo head, I can also quickly change the angle. The way that I power the monitor is via a V-mount battery plate from Tilta. So this way I can power all of my stuff via V-mount batteries. The camera, the transmitters, the receivers, all of the monitors, etc. And this way I don't have to bring several chargers and different kind of batteries on set. On the side of my 7-inch monitor cage, I also attached a small rig NATO rail. And with this I can attach the focus wheel and therefore have a really mobile setup, and I can walk around with it if I have to. One little pro tip when taking your C-stand and you're indoors, take a couple of tennis balls, cut them open and put them underneath the C-stand legs, because this way you don't damage the floors. Now if I want to also have a wireless video feed to a director's monitor, this is what I'm using. My production monitor of choice is the Atomos 19 SE, and I really like this as a client/director's monitor. It has a really nice 19-inch screen and a lot of features that other monitors don't have, and this is why I chose this one. One of the main features I chose this monitor for, it's for its switching capabilities. This way you have the ability to show 4 different streams of video at the same time. Especially when working with multiple cameras and multiple video feeds, this is absolutely amazing. And whenever I'm shooting multicam interviews, this is what I use because it can display all the different angles at the same time. It has 4 SDI ports as well as 1 HDMI port, so you have plenty of connectors. And you also have this battery plate that you can attach 2 V-mount batteries to the back of the unit, so you can power it on a mobile setting as well. And brand new, and this is something that I've been waiting for a long time, and it's just been released today, is the brand new DJI Video Receiver. And this works with the DJI Transmission System. You can hook this up to your DJI Transmission System that you already have in your toolkit, and now you have another source that is standalone and you don't need to use the 7-inch high-bright monitor anymore. So I've been using this to hook up to my 19-inch monitor whenever I need a client monitor. Before I always had to funnel out an SDI signal from my 7-inch monitor to the director's monitor, but now I have a standalone feed. And this also works with the DJI Ronin 4D, for example, and this is why I like the DJI Transmission System, because it works with a lot of different units that you see throughout set. The way that I attach this to my 19-inch monitor is via the spigot. On the one end it has a 3/8-inch screw, and on the other one it has a 1/4-inch screw. And since the Atomos monitor has a lot of mounting points throughout the monitor, this comes in really handy. I can power this via the DJI monitor plate, but like I already said, I like to power everything via V-mount batteries, so I use a D-tap to DC in cable that I attach to one of the V-mount batteries on the back side of my monitor, and this way I can power this transmission unit as well. I also have a wooden camera VESA mount that features a C-stand holder so that I can attach the monitor to a C-stand. Sometimes my 7-inch monitor as well as the 19-inch monitor switch roles, and I pull focus on the 19-inch and the director or client takes the 7-inch and goes mobile and runs around the location with it. And well, I like having a bigger monitor to pull focus on anyway sometimes, especially when working with anamorphic lenses. Those are all the big pieces of equipment that I need to pull focus with, but there's also a lot of little things that I bring onto set. So now let's talk about those. Number 1 is a toolkit, and I highly recommend bringing a toolkit onto every set. And I found this on Home Depot, and it has a lot of different screwdrivers, but the most important thing is that it has an assortment of all kinds of different Allen keys. And you use these all the time on set. Another thing you should always bring on set with you as a first AC is a microfiber cloth. And you can use this to clean ND filters, lenses, and all of your monitors. Another thing that goes with me on every set are these multicolored tapes, and I found these on Amazon, and those come in really handy if you need to label anything. This can go from just labeling drinks for the crew to labeling memory cards that shouldn't be formatted, or just putting a red sticker onto a depleted V-mount battery. On top of this, I also bring a permanent marker to use with my colored tape. And speaking of tape, one thing that saves you all the time on every set is Gaff tape, so you should always bring one of those as well. The next things I'm going to show you that I bring with me on set is something that I don't necessarily have to bring with me, but it makes my life a lot easier. Number 1 is just the different assortments of cables. I have one pouch with control and USB cables, and I have another pouch with power cables. And this could be powering monitors as well as cameras, and other little things. And if you're wondering about these transparent pouches, those are makeup bags, and I found them on Amazon and I really like them because you can see exactly what you need, and I used a labeling machine to just put the labels on it as well. And as with all of the equipment that I'm showing you in this video, I will put some links down in the description for you to check out. Another one of my pouches is filled with random rigging materials, and these are just different kind of screws that you always might find handy on set, as well as some different mounts to attach stuff to other stuff. And this is some NATO rail, 2/4 inch rails, some magic arms, and all kinds of little things that you might need to just rig something to your camera. There's also at least 1 or 2 tripod plates in there because those go missing all the time. So now the last thing that I bring with me on set is this Zhun M40 5-ray light. And this is a small light that is really powerful because a lot of the times you wrap your shoot and you're on location outside and it's pitch dark. So now it's really hard to find all of your gear and pack everything up. So this light comes in really handy. So there you have it. This is all the equipment that I bring with me on set when working as a first AC. I will add to this kit in the future. I already plan on getting a custom Pelican case where I can put all of this stuff, and I can add a seat to it. So if I want to sit down, pulling focus, I can do so. But for now, this is the kit that I've been working with for all of my sets as a first AC or on my own production. This is what I provide to my first ACs. If you have any questions about the equipment, let me know down in the comments below. And if you're interested in seeing more of the behind the scenes of the sets that I've been on lately, then hit that subscribe button because there will be a lot of cool content from smaller to bigger sets in the near future. So if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up because it really helps the channel grow. And I hope to see you on the next one.